We had a hearing today in the Judiciary Committee that Dick Durbin, the chairman of the committee, held, and it was designed to describe what an apocalyptic hell we're living in post-Dobbs, that without Roe, America is an unrecognizable, it's Mad Max at Thunderdome, it's truly horrific. And I got to say, I think the hearing went really, really badly for Democrats. I think by the end of the hearing, even the Democrats were starting to recognize this is not going the way we wanted it to.
Senator, I think you're being modest, actually. I think what happened is that you personally rhetorically shivved poor Dick Durbin, and you didn't do it by lobbing any bombs. All I saw was the one clip of you talking about Dick Durbin. You just read his own words back to him.
Well, I pointed out that the Democrat Party used to have room for diversity, used to have some voices of reasonableness on all sorts of issues. Look, on foreign policy, there were Scoop Jackson Democrats. There were more moderate Democrats. Planned Parenthood versus Casey. A lot of people don't know that the Casey there was Governor Bob Casey Sr. He was a Democrat. He was strongly pro-life. Today's Democrats have said, if you're pro-life, get out of the party. We don't want you. And so at the hearing, I took a chance to say, all right, we should reflect on just how radicalized the Democrat Party's gotten on abortion. And I said, for example, when Roe versus Wade was decided in 1973, one person who was very critical was a person named Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., who said in 1974, quote, "I don't like the Supreme Court decision on abortion. I think it went too far. I don't think that a woman has the sole right to say what should happen to her body." So that was Joe Biden in 74. And I put it, I said, well, okay, maybe 74 is a long time ago. He's woken up since then. Well, let's look at Joe Biden in 2007. 2007 is just 15 years ago. Joe Biden is on Meet the Press. Tim Russert says, quote, "You supported that ban on late-term abortions." And Biden said, quote, "I did, and I do." That was just 15 years ago. That was the position of Joe Biden. Just a few weeks ago, the Democrats voted to strike down every ban in the country on late-term abortions, and every single Democrat but one voted for it. The view of Joe Biden 15 years ago, or 1974, is no longer allowed in today's radicalized Democrat Party. And then here's what you referenced that I pointed out to show just how far it was gotten. It's not just Joe Biden. The chairman of the Judiciary Committee, Dick Durbin, in June of 1983, Durbin wrote a letter, and here's, I quoted it at the hearing. The letter says, quote, "I have clearly studied the issue of abortion in depth, and I'm in favor of the Eagleton Amendment, which states clearly that the right to abortion is not guaranteed by the U.S. Constitution. The effect of this amendment will be to return us to the legal environment which existed before Roe versus Wade in 1973." And it was signed Richard J. Durbin, member of Congress. And it wasn't just in 1983. Fast forward to 1989, so 6 years later. Chairman Durbin wrote, again, and here's a quote, "I believe we should end abortion on demand, and at every opportunity I have translated this belief into votes in the House of Representatives. I continue to believe the Supreme Court's decision in Roe versus Wade should be reversed." Dick Durbin, now the chairman, Democrat chairman of the Judiciary Committee, and he's one of the people who happily voted to strike down every single restriction of abortion on the country and to allow unlimited abortion on demand, because the Democrats are wildly out of step on this issue.